Welcome back to Talk Better English. You've reached day 8, and this is a very important step in your speaking journey.
By now, you can answer questions, continue conversations, express feelings, and even agree or disagree politely.
But today, we're focusing on something deeper, something that changes how confident you feel while speaking English.
Today, we're going to help you speak English without overthinking.
Many learners know the words, they know the sentences, but inside their mind, everything feels busy.
You might think, is this sentence correct? Should I say it another way? What if I make a mistake?
That thinking slows you down, and when you slow down too much, confidence disappears.
The truth is, real English conversations don't come from thinking hard. They come from responding naturally.
Today, we'll show you how to speak English in a calm, relaxed way, without pressure.
No fast speaking, no perfect grammar stress, just natural flow.
By the end of this lesson, you'll feel more comfortable letting words come out naturally.
So take a breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin day 8 together. Let's understand why overthinking happens when you speak English.
Overthinking usually starts with fear. Not fear of English, but fear of making mistakes in front of others.
Your brain wants to protect you, so it tries to check every word before you speak.
But here's the problem. Language doesn't work well when it's over-controlled. Speaking is a fast, natural process.
There's a part of the brain that handles thinking and another part that handles speaking automatically. When you overthink, the thinking part interrupts the speaking part.
That's why you feel stuck. You know what you want to say, but the words don't come out smoothly.
This happens to native speakers too, when they feel nervous or judged.
So the issue is not your English level. It's the pressure you put on yourself.
When you try to speak perfect English, your brain becomes tense.
But when you allow yourself to speak simple English, your brain relaxes.
And the relaxed brain speaks better.
That's why today, we're not trying to sound smart. We're trying to sound natural.
Once you remove pressure, fluency starts to appear on its own.
Now let's talk about how to stop overthinking while speaking English.
The first thing you need to understand is this. You don't need full sentences in your head before you speak.
In real conversations, people don't plan everything. They start speaking, and the sentence finishes naturally.
For example, instead of thinking, how do I say this perfectly, you can start with something simple like, I think, or I feel.
Once you start, your brain follows the flow. Words come more easily.
Another important habit is accepting small mistakes. When you allow mistakes, your mind stays relaxed.
Mistakes don't stop conversations. Silence does.
So it's better to say something simple and imperfect than to say nothing at all.
You can also slow your speaking speed slightly, not to sound slow, but to feel calm.
When you slow down just a little, your brain has space to breathe.
And remember, the listener is not counting your grammar mistakes. They're listening to your message.
So start small. One idea, one sentence.
That's how you stop overthinking and start speaking naturally.
Now, let's see how this works in daily life situations.
Imagine someone asks you, "How was your day?"
If you overthink, you might search for the perfect answer, but you don't need that.
You can simply say, "It was good," or "It was a bit busy."
That's enough to continue the conversation.
If someone asks, "What do you think about this movie?" you don't need a long review.
You can say, I liked it, or I think it was okay.
Short answers are not wrong answers. They are natural answers.
Another common situation is work or study. Someone asks, are you busy today?
You can reply, "Yes, a little," or "Not really."
These small responses keep your mind relaxed, and when your mind is relaxed, words come more easily.
Over time, these small answers become longer naturally. You don't need to force it.
English grows step by step, not all at once.
So allow yourself to be simple today. Simple is strong. Now let's talk about something very important. Confidence doesn't come from knowing more English. It comes from trusting yourself.
When you overthink, you're telling yourself, I'm not ready yet. And that thought creates pressure.
But when you speak simply, you're saying, I'm allowed to try. That feeling changes everything.
There's a quiet confidence in simple English. It doesn't try to impress, it tries to connect.
And connection is what real conversations need, not perfect grammar, not big vocabulary.
Every time you speak without overthinking, you train your brain to feel safe.
And a safe brain learns faster. It remembers words better. It speaks more freely.
So instead of asking, is this sentence perfect? Ask yourself, is this sentence honest?
If the answer is yes, that's enough.
Confidence grows quietly, one relaxed sentence at a time. Now, let's listen to a simple conversation where there is no overthinking.
Hey, Jack, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay. A little tired, but fine. How about you?
I feel good. Today is calm for me. What are you working on?
Just some regular work, nothing special. What about you?
I'm planning my evening. I think I'll rest a bit.
That sounds nice. I might do the same.
See how easy this feels? No long sentences, no pressure.
Exactly. We're not trying to be perfect. We're just responding.
And because the responses are simple, the conversation flows naturally.
This is how real people talk every day. Short thoughts, honest answers.
You don't need to perform. You just need to be present.
And when you're present, English comes naturally.
Now let's add a few small words that help you speak without overthinking.
One very helpful word is just. For example, I'm just working. It makes your sentence lighter.
Another useful phrase is I guess. You can say, I guess it's okay. This removes pressure from your words.
You can also use maybe. For example, maybe I'll rest later. It sounds natural and relaxed.
Here's another calming word, fine. You can say, I'm fine. I'm doing fine. It's simple and complete.
And don't forget a bit. For example, I'm a bit tired. It softens your feeling.
These words help your brain stay calm. They give you space to speak naturally.
You don't need big words. You just need comfortable words.
When words feel comfortable, thinking becomes quiet.
And when thinking becomes quiet, speaking becomes easy.
Let's end today with a small story. This story shows what happens when you stop overthinking.
A few months ago, I met someone new at work. We were talking for the first time.
First conversations can feel stressful.
Yes, earlier I would overthink every sentence, but this time I decided to stay simple.
What did you do differently?
When they asked, "How is your work going?" I didn't search for the perfect answer.
You just responded naturally.
Exactly. I said, "It's going fine. I'm learning a lot."
That's a very simple and honest answer.
They smiled and said, "That's good to hear." And the conversation continued easily.
No pressure, no fear.
Later, I realized something important. The conversation felt good not because of my English, but because I was relaxed.
When you stop trying to impress, you start connecting.
And connection is what people remember, not perfect grammar.
This is what we want for you too, to speak English without stress, without noise in your mind.
Just simple words, real feelings, natural flow.
Today, you learned something very important. You learned that speaking English doesn't need force.
You don't need to think about every word. You don't need perfect sentences.
You just need to allow yourself to speak.
When you stop overthinking, your mind becomes quiet, and in that quiet space, words come naturally.
Remember, real conversations are simple. They are not planned, they are felt.
Every time you speak without pressure, you train your brain to feel safe, and safety creates confidence.
So, today, try one small thing. Answer one question without thinking too much. Say the first simple sentence that comes to you.
It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be real.
Before you go, tell us in the comments, what is one simple sentence you can say today in English?
If this lesson helped you feel calmer while speaking, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us again for day 9.
Keep speaking. Keep trusting yourself.
And we'll see you in the next lesson.